My name is Meera Sharma, and at the age of 65, I found myself standing at the crossroads of love and betrayal, a place I never imagined I'd be after a lifetime of quiet sacrifices. Born in a modest family in the bustling lanes of Old Delhi, I had always believed that family was the anchor that kept one steady amid life's storms. My father was a small shopkeeper selling spices in Chandni Chowk, and my mother, a homemaker who taught me the art of stretching a rupee to feed a family of 6. I married Anil at 22, a kind-hearted accountant who worked tirelessly in a government office. We had Vikram 2 years later, our only child, and life seemed like a gentle river flowing toward contentment. Anil passed away 10 years ago from a sudden heart attack, leaving me with his pension and our savings, enough to live comfortably in our 2-bedroom flat in Carol Bagh. But comfort, I learned, is fleeting when love turns into obligation. For the past 5 years, I had been the financial backbone for Vikram and his wife, Priya. Vikram, now 35, had always been my pride, smart, ambitious, with a degree in engineering. But after losing his job during the pandemic, he and Priya moved back to Delhi from Mumbai, where they had been trying to build a life. "Ma, it's just temporary," Vikram had said, his eyes pleading as he unpacked their bags in my spare room. Priya, a 32-year-old with dreams of running her own boutique, nodded eagerly. "We'll get back on our feet soon, Ma. Thank you for this." I didn't hesitate. What mother would? I started covering their expenses, 30,000 Indian rupees for rent on a nicer flat in South Delhi so they could have space, 5,000 Indian rupees monthly for groceries, utilities, and sundries. When Priya wanted to start her boutique, I gave 60,000 Indian rupees for inventory and setup. Their car broke down? Another 2 Indian rupees lakh from my savings. Over time, the amounts added up. Small transfers here, emergency loans there, totaling 18 Indian rupees lakh. I dipped into Anil's fixed deposits, telling myself it was an investment in my son's happiness. Every month, I'd sit at my old wooden desk, the one Anil had bought for our home office, and meticulously calculate the transfers. I'd use my phone's banking app, my fingers trembling slightly from arthritis, but my heart swelling with purpose. "This is what mothers do," I'd whisper to myself, echoing my own mother's words. Vikram would call occasionally, his voice warm. "Ma, you're our rock. We couldn't do this without you." Priya would send photos of her boutique's new arrivals, captioning them, "Thanks to Ma's support." I'd smile, feeling needed, valued. But beneath it all, there was a quiet unease, a missed birthday call, a forgotten anniversary visit. They were always busy, always swamped with work. I pushed the doubts away, focusing on the joy of giving. The turning point came during Diwali last year, a festival that had always been sacred in our family. Anil and I used to celebrate with grandeur, lighting diyas, making rangolis, inviting neighbors for sweets. After his death, I kept the tradition alive for Vikram. This year, I went all out, spending 25,000 Indian rupees on preparations. I bought new kurtas for everyone, ordered a custom cake with Vikram's name, and spent hours in the kitchen making kheer, laddus, and namkeen. The house smelled of cardamom and ghee, a comforting aroma that transported me back to happier times. I hung marigold garlands from the balcony, arranged diyas in intricate patterns on the terrace, and even splurged on fireworks. "This will bring us closer," I thought, imagining Vikram's face lighting up like he did as a child. The evening arrived, and I waited, dressed in my favorite red sari, the one Anil had gifted on our 25th anniversary. The clock ticked past 7 p.m., then 8. No sign of them. I called Vikram. It went to voicemail. Priya's phone rang endlessly. By 9 p.m., a text pinged. "Sorry, Ma. Got caught up at a friend's party. Diwali vibes there were amazing. Next time, promise." Attached was a photo of them laughing with friends, champagne glasses in hand, Priya in a glittering lehenga I didn't recognize. My heart sank like a stone in the Yamuna. The diyas flickered mockingly, the kheer grew cold, and the rangoli blurred through my tears. I sat alone on the sofa, the silence deafening. For the first time, I saw the truth. I wasn't family to them. I was convenience. My 18 Indian rupees Lakh had bought their comfort, but not their presence. That night, I couldn't sleep. Memories flooded me. Vikram as a toddler clinging to my sari, Anil teaching him to ride a bike in the park, family trips to Shimla where we'd huddle by the fire sharing stories. Where had that bond gone? I realized it had eroded slowly, replaced by transactions. The next morning, over a solitary cup of chai, I made a decision. No more transfers. I logged into my banking app and canceled the automatic payments. My hands shook, but there was a spark of defiance in my chest. "This is for me," I whispered. The backlash was immediate. Priya called that afternoon, her voice laced with panic. "Ma, the landlord called. The rent hasn't come through. What's going on?" I took a deep breath. "Priya, I've decided to stop the transfers. You and Vikram are adults. It's time to stand on your own." Silence, then a sharp intake of breath. "How can you do this? We're family. You'll let us get evicted?" Vikram jumped on the line. "Ma, this is sudden. We need time. Please, just this month." His tone was pleading, but I heard the underlying entitlement. I ended the call, my resolve hardening. The calls multiplied over the next days, alternating between guilt trips and accusations. "You're being selfish, Ma," Priya texted. "After all we've been through?" Vikram sent long messages. "Remember how you raised me alone after Papa died? This is how you repay my love." Each word stung, but I held firm. I started journaling, pouring out my feelings onto paper, a habit I'd abandoned years ago. "Why do I feel guilty for protecting myself?" I wrote. The answer came gradually because I'd conditioned myself to believe my worth lay in giving. A week later, I returned from the market, arms laden with vegetables for my solitary meals, to find my front door ajar. My heart raced. Inside, Vikram and Priya sat at my dining table, with a man in a crisp suit beside them. Papers were spread out, my bank statements, old letters. How did you get in?" I demanded, my voice trembling. Vikram held up the spare key. "You gave it to us, Ma, for emergencies." The man stood, extending a hand. "Mrs. Sharma, I'm Mr. Gupta, a family law consultant. Your son and daughter-in-law are concerned about your well-being." Priya's eyes were teary, but calculated. "Ma, you've changed. Cutting us off like this, it's not you. We think you need help managing things." The realization hit like a thunderbolt. They were trying to declare me incompetent to gain control of my finances. Mr. Gupta pushed a document toward me, a power of attorney. "This will let Vikram handle your affairs temporarily, until you're better." I backed away, anger surging. "Get out. All of you." Vikram's face twisted. "Ma, don't make this harder. We're doing this for you." They left reluctantly, but not before Priya whispered, "You'll regret this." I slammed the door, sliding down against it, sobs racking my body. How had my son become this stranger? That evening, I called Renu Kapoor, an old friend from my teaching days who had become a lawyer. We met at a quiet cafe the next day. Renu, sharp-eyed and compassionate, listened as I poured out the story. "Mira, this is classic elder financial abuse," she said, her voice firm. "They've exploited you for years, and now they're escalating because the money's stopped." She reviewed my bank records, whistling at the 18 Indian rupees Lakh total. "We'll protect you. First, change your locks. Second, freeze joint access, if any. Third, get a psychiatric evaluation to prove your competence." I nodded, grateful for her guidance. We filed for a temporary restraining order, citing the unauthorized entry. As Renu handled the legalities, I sought emotional support. My neighbor, Lada Auntie, a 70-year-old widow who'd noticed my withdrawn demeanor, invited me for tea. "Mira ji, you look troubled," she said, pouring masala chai. I confided in her, the words tumbling out. Lada listened, then smiled. "Come to my women's group tomorrow. We've all been through something similar." I backed away, anger surging. "Get out. All of you." Vikram's face twisted. "Ma, don't make this harder. We're doing this for you." They left reluctantly, but not before Priya whispered, You'll regret this. I slammed the door, sliding down against it, sobs racking my body. How had my son become this stranger? That evening, I called Renu Kapoor, an old friend from my teaching days who had become a lawyer. We met at a quiet cafe the next day. Renu, sharp-eyed and compassionate, listened as I poured out the story. "Mira, this is classic elder financial abuse," she said, her voice firm. "They've exploited you for years, and now they're escalating because the money stopped." She reviewed my bank records, whistling at the 18 Indian rupees lakh total. "We'll protect you. First, change your locks. Second, freeze joint access, if any. Third, get a psychiatric evaluation to prove your competence." I nodded, grateful for her guidance. We filed for a temporary restraining order, citing the unauthorized entry. As Renu handled the legalities, I sought emotional support. My neighbor, Lada Auntie, a 70-year-old widow who'd noticed my withdrawn demeanor, invited me for tea. "Mira ji, you look troubled," she said, pouring masala chai. I confided in her, the words tumbling out. Lada listened, then smiled. "Come to my women's group tomorrow. We've all been through something similar." The group met in Lada's cozy living room. Sunita, a former banker who'd cut off her greedy brother, Radha, a homemaker who'd fought her in-laws for her inheritance, and Geeta, a teacher like me who'd escaped an abusive marriage. They shared stories over samosas and laughter, their resilience inspiring. "Love isn't a transaction, Mira," Sunita said. "You deserve better." For the first time in months, I felt seen, not as a provider, but as a person. Meanwhile, Vikram and Priya didn't relent. They filed a formal lawsuit, petitioning the court to declare me mentally unfit and appoint Vikram as my guardian. Their claims were vicious: sudden financial irrationality, paranoid installation of security cameras, which I'd added after their break-in, isolation from family under external influence. They twisted old WhatsApp messages, "Ma, I'll always help you," into evidence of dependency. A biased neighbor, Mr. Varma, who had a grudge over a parking spot, provided a statement calling me erratic. Renu countered with vigor, gathering evidence, my impeccable financial records, Dr. Anjali's psychiatric report affirming my cognitive health, Mrs. Sharma is sharper than many half her age, and testimonies from Lada's group about my vitality. The weeks before the trial were a whirlwind of anxiety and growth. Vikram and Priya drove by my house daily, sometimes parking outside, their stares piercing through my windows. I captured it all on my new security cameras, footage Renu said would strengthen our case. I started painting again, a hobby from my youth, splashing colors onto canvas in my small balcony, vibrant markets of Chandni Chowk, serene Yamuna sunsets. It was therapeutic, a way to reclaim my identity. Lada's group became my family. We'd meet weekly, sharing recipes, books, and dreams. "I'm planning a trip to Kerala," I confessed one evening. "I've always wanted to see the backwaters." They cheered, planning to join me someday. As the trial loomed, doubt crept in. What if the judge believed them? What if I lost everything? Renu reassured me. "The truth is on your side, Mira. You've documented years of exploitation." Dr. Anjali's sessions helped too, unpacking the guilt I'd carried. "You raised Vikram to be independent," she said. "Their failures aren't yours." I began volunteering at a local school, teaching art to underprivileged children. Their innocent joy reminded me of Vikram's childhood, but also of my own untapped potential. The courtroom was a stark, echoing hall in the Delhi High Court. I wore my green sari for strength, Anil's memory close. Vikram and Priya sat across, avoiding my gaze. Their lawyer painted me as a confused widow influenced by opportunistic friends. Priya testified with tears. "Ma was always generous. Her sudden change devastates us." Vikram added, "We're protecting her from herself." Renu dismantled them on cross-examination. "How much has Mrs. Sharma given you?" 18 Indian rupees lakh. "And how often did you visit without asking for money?" Their stammers exposed the truth. Our witnesses shown. Dr. Anjali on my mental acuity, Lada and friends on my independence, Renu presenting the exploitation timeline. I took the stand last. voice steady. Your Honor, I gave everything to my son out of love. But love shouldn't cost my dignity. They excluded me from their lives while taking my savings. I'm not incompetent, I'm awake. The judge deliberated, then ruled. The petition is dismissed. Mrs. Sharma is competent. A permanent restraining order is granted. Victory tasted bittersweet. Outside, Priya glared. Vikram looked defeated. I walked away, head high. 6 months later, I sold the Carolbog flat, laden with painful memories, and bought a sunlit apartment by the Yamuna. Mornings, I paint riverscapes. Afternoons, I volunteer. Evenings, I sip chai with Lada's group. I've booked that Kerala trip, houseboats, beaches, freedom. Vikram and Priya? Rumors say they're in a cramped flat, Priya's boutique struggling, Vikram job hunting. Their choices no longer haunt me. At 65, I've learned. True love doesn't have a price tag. It's in the quiet joy of living for oneself.